the lane. Davis and Elkins needed that one to break up the run. 14-7, Wheeling leads early. 3:33 in the opening quarter. Lipscomb with the ball, works it up top to Burden. Off the curl, takes it to the elbow, step back 18-footer, and she drains another one. Burden averages 15 a game, and that's her shot right there at the elbow, extended.
It's great when you have that confidence. You know you're trying to get to a certain range, certain area, and you can practice that all day long off the bounce. She's clearly done that and very confident there.
Beach 48's over to Nestor, 15 to shoot. Nestor is going to drive, gets cut off. Now hands it in to Johnson. Nice assist. And Jemiah Johnson scores it off the window.
That was a breakdown perhaps by Wheeling. Nestor, not sure if he needed to draw the double team, and the player that ended up helping onto the double team was one of the players on Johnson, left her wide open.
Caswell, high screen set by Ritz, can't use it. Now Ritz seals underneath, puts the shot off the window, and good. Again, Moeller got pinned, trying to guard Lily Ritz. And Ritz has her first bucket of the game. 3 rebounds already in the game. Johnson's got 4. These two young ladies that lead the Mountain East Conference in rebounding, and Ritz Case leads the country in rebounding. Here's a slap away. Ball picked up by Burton and a steal from Wheeling. She gets bumped from behind by Yates, bumped a second time, and Yates runs her over and picks up the personal foul, her first, team's third.
Burton very skilled with the dribble. The senior, we've already seen her with a pull-up. We've seen her in transition, hitting an open player in stride on the way to the basket, and right there able to get the defender out of position and then also have the wherewithal to take advantage of that and draw a foul. Sometimes you see a ball handler get the position they want on the defender, but then they don't know what to do with it. She knew right away once that defender was out of position to draw a foul.
Yeah, she kind of brake checked her.
Yeah.
And, had no choice but to run her over. All right, Mara Castellucci, freshman from Bridgeville, PA, is checked in for the first time. Holzoppel drives. Castellucci catches. Her 3 on line but off. Rebound taken by Davis and Elkins. Sydney Nestor underneath the rim. Passes out to Rachel Bulliard, freshman from Streetsboro, Ohio, in for the Senators for the first time. Has it on the right side wing. Sends a bounce entry down to Johnson. Johnson ball fakes, takes Ritz underneath the basket, sends it along the baseline. Jumper for 3 for Allie Taylor's missed. Offensive rebound as Sydney Nestor snuck in their weak side, draws contact, and will be at the line to shoot 2.
This Davis and Elkins team is not just Johnson on the offensive glass. They're top 20 in the nation in offensive rebounds per game, and certainly Johnson is a big part of that. She has 6 of them per game, but as a team, they grab 16 offensive rebounds per game. It's just a staggering number. And clearly, one thing you would normally look at would be field goal percentage, but they shoot better than 40% for the field. It's not as if they're missing all of their shots and having a lot of rebounds available. So they, again, it's a team effort on the offensive glass, and those extra possessions add up over the course of a game.
All right, Nestor hits both. Horn sounds. Cashwell will come back in. 1:41 to play in the opening quarter. It's a 7-point lead for Wheeling. This broadcast produced by Pikewood Sports and Metro News for the Mountain East Conference. Any use of today's descriptions and accounts of the game without written permission of Pikewood Sports and the Mountain East is prohibited. Copyright 2020, all rights reserved. Burton, pullback jumper, 18, on-line miss. Johnson snags her 5th rebound, one-handed pulls it down. Swing pass near side, Kilpatrick slows up. Wheeling matches up man. Kilpatrick steps on the gas, drives right side of the lane. Shot blocked by Caswell from behind. Ball taken by Ritz. Ritz will bring it up. 6-1 post into the front court. Into the corner, trying to force it back into Ritz. Thrown away by Lipscomb. All stolen by Davis and Elkins. Kilpatrick on the far sideline. D&E down by 7. 18-11. Kilpatrick step back, line drive, 18-footer, no good. And there's the matchup we waited for today. Johnson and Ritz battling one-on-one for that rebound, and Johnson tips it away from her, but also away from herself and out of bounds. Johnson will get a breather as Davis and Elkins will size down with this particular lineup, and that'll put Sydney Nestor now on Ritz in a low post. And a drive to the basket. Cashwell up with the weak hand. It's up and good. 5 for Cashwell. She averages 11, the senior former Black Eagle from South Charleston High School. Lead is 9. 30 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Kick into the corner to Nestor. Nestor works it up top. Heinsman runs the handoff. And the ball lost, trying to force it into the, or drive it into the paint. Ball knocked away. Here's Burton. Burton off the window and good. Kira Burton with 8.
That was the first time we've seen her go to the left hand. A lot of her stuff has been going to the right and pull-up jumpers. She crossed over there and got to the left side, still scored.
Drive to the basket, 1 on the clock, and shot is good for Jay Kilpatrick.
And then a review every single game.
We'll give you some numbers. We'll bicker back and forth. We'll take your calls, your texts, your tweets, and get into some of your questions.
And we invite you to join us each and every episode. It's 3 Guys Before the Game from Metro News.
Welcome back to Wheeling. Start of the second quarter, 22-13. Davis and Elkins with the basketball. Wheeling had the ball to start the second quarter of play. Ritz got tied up on a drive down the lane to the rim. Allie Taylor misses a 3 for Davis and Elkins. Ball goes out of bounds. Horn sounds, and we'll get Peyton Muller back in for the Senators.
And neither of these teams lighting it up from distance. D&E's already 1 for 7 from behind the arc. They only shoot 27% from three-point range this season, so they might want to try to get the ball inside with a little bit higher frequency here moving forward.
Jillian Hawks has come in to run the point. Burton goes to the shooting guard. She has the ball. Burton looks for the dump down to Rich. Rich makes the catch, and Nestor nearly tied her up again. Or make that Barton Slogger who just checked in, freshman from Lewisburg, and the ball goes out of bounds. So great help defense that time. They know, well, Johnson's back in, but they get matched up a lot of times on Rich with the size disadvantage, so they're very cautious and quick to help. Did a good job there again to get that essentially tie up. Each fourth Yates. Step back 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound Cashwell. Rebound advantage about even. 9-9. Jillian Hawks, freshman from North Canton, Ohio, backs it out. Each fourth Yates, the product from England, guards her. Shot clock's at 15. Pass to Cashwell. She's going to drive Nestor to the basket and put the shot up and good off the rim.
That time there was no help defense in the middle of the floor, and that pass caught near the right elbow, and they shaded her, gave her the middle of the floor, but there's nobody there to stop the ball. It's a wide open lane to the basket.
Lead back to 11. Dump down to the low post. Muller throws it out. Reagan Sharp, the freshman from Morgantown, played at Trinity High School in Morgantown. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson backs in against Ritz. Back to Sharp in the corner. Sharp takes it. Runner up. Good. Very patient set. And Sharp was able to get the runner up and through. Keep the Senators within striking distance. Down by 9. Hawks out deep between the circles. There's the pass over to Burden. Key Burden with 8 points. Nice crossover on Sharp. Pull-up jumper from 18. Back iron no good. Johnson tips the rebound. It's collected by Yates underneath. Back come the Senators down by 9. Yates going to take it coast to coast. Layup shot no good. She's fouled by Burden. First on Burden and the first of the second quarter. And that'll put Jessica Eachforth Yates, a 75% free throw shooter, at the line to shoot 2. Sydney Nestor will come back into the Davis and Elkins lineup. First free throw for Yates, good. Next one rattles in. Davis and Elkins about mid-league in the listing, or the standings rather, in free throw shooting percentage as a club. 70% on the year. Wheeling dead last at 66%. So potential advantage there for Davis and Elkins if they can get to the line. Thus far, cleanly played game. Just 3 personal fouls called on both clubs in the first quarter and some change. Caswell forces a 3 and hits it over top of Kilpatrick. So Leah Caswell, her second 3 of the game, 36 now on the season. And that takes the lead back to 10 at 27-17. Eachforth Yates over to Kilpatrick, left of the key. Man defense from Wheeling, actually it's kind of a sloughing man. Pass down to Johnson. Johnson, nice quick move. Got Ritz off balance, got inside of her and scored.
She's really good with her back to the basket, able to peek over that shoulder. She saw initially there was a help defender there in Holzapfel, and then all of a sudden she vacated, and that's when Johnson realized she was one-on-one and made the right decision.
Bounce into the corner, pull-up jumper is off the rim, no good for Holzapfel. 27-19. Quick look at the basket. Muller drives, slides to her knees, tries to save it, does, to an upright Kilpatrick in the corner. 16 on the shot clock. Bounce at high post to Sydney Nestor, and a reach-in foul called on Lauren Lipscomb. Trying to deny that bounce entry. It'll be her first, team foul number 2 of the second quarter. Actually, second foul, second on the team. Johnson comes into the corner to Kilpatrick, dumps it back down to Johnson. She wheels by Ritz, but misses the reverse layup shot. Just a touch too far under, hit it off the bottom of the rim.
They didn't really have anywhere to go there, but already had 1 3-second call, so had to do something with the ball down there.
Hawks, pocket nearly picked by age 48. Gets it under control, sends the pass to the left side to Lipscomb, and we get a whistle and a turnover. Travel going to be called. All right, checking in will be Allie Taylor. Scratch that. Jackie Heisman comes back in, the 5'9 freshman from the Queen City of Cincinnati. 5:54 to play until halftime. 27-19. Wheeling leads, but lead is 8. Davis and Elkins looking for a little run here. Pass up top. Age 48. Enters it to Sydney Nestor. Nestor puts it on the floor. She'll back it down, turn, shoot it off the glass too strong. Rebound taken down by Wheeling. Controlled by Holzapfel. Here's Burton on a high dribble. Lobs it mid lane to Ritz. Ritz, outlet pass. Trying to throw it back out, deflected and stolen.
Nice job. Nestor came over with the help defense with her hands up, and that's what allowed her to be in that passing lane out of the post.
Jay Kilpatrick takes it, drives it mid lane, pull up jumper from 7, a high arcer, no good. Rebound taken by Lily Ritz. Ritz pulls down her 6th rebound of this basketball game. Averages 16 boards a game. Nice little dump down, too far under. Burton to Ritz, hits it off the bottom of the rim. 27-19. Pass comes out, left of the key. Ball taken by Moeller. She'll put it on the floor and drive, and she's going to send it out of bounds, trying to pass it to Kilpatrick. Thought she was further up the wing than she was. Sails that one out of bounds. 4:42 to play until halftime. 27-19, Wheeling on top of Davis and Elkins. Mountain East Conference women's basketball continues. Opening round game, Mountain East Conference women's tournament. Wheeling on top of Davis and Elkins by 8. Burton pull-up jumper from 15. No good. Burton has gone cold after a hot start. Age 48 pulls down the rebound for Davis and Elkins. Sends it high post to Nestor. She'll drive it to the right side. Missed the shot. Johnson gets a rebound. Stick back no good. And then she throws the second stick back over the top of the backboard, and the ball actually lodges up there in the support bracket.
That's pretty impressive.
I don't think you could. It's hard to do that if you try.
I know I can't do it.
That's got to be worth something, doesn't it?
I can barely make it in the actual basket if I try. I definitely can't get it stuck on top of the backboard.
You'll give Jemiah credit. I think she's a little embarrassed, but she shot the first one too short and then said, well, I'll take care of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
A little extra English in that second one.
Well, there was so much traffic around her. There were 2-3 defenders moving around. Oh, my gosh.
So the official is out talking about things you couldn't do if you try. He tries to throw the ball to hit the other ball, and he gets the second ball now lodged on the basket, the actual rim support. So the top ball is lodged on the shot clock support, and now the second ball is lodged right behind the rim. And Carey, Bailey, Antelock, and Fairmont.
All clear now.
All clear. We are a go.
But going back to the shot by Johnson, there's so much traffic around. You're expecting contact at some point. And so, yeah, you're right. It's a little sheepish. She went down the floor after she got the ball stuck up there. But you're expecting a foul, so you have to shoot a little harder at times. It just never came.
Yeah, I'm sure head coach Jason Asbell's told her time and time again, you got to go strong down there. Well, she went strong.
Yes.
Here's a spin to the basket and a shot missed, but a whistle and a foul called And we'll have free throws upcoming here. Wheeling will be at the free throw line. Nice little dump down there. And Lauren Calhoun, a freshman.
It's a nice luxury for Wheeling. They have so much youth on this team, so many freshmen and sophomores on the roster. But Lily Ritz, you have 6'1" sophomore, but you can also have a player like Calhoun, a 6-foot freshman, available in the post as well. Some good depth there.
Calhoun makes 1 out of 2. We get a tie up on the rebound. The Arrow's going to leave it with Wheeling. Cardinals lead by 9, 28-19. 3:52 remaining until halftime of our first game here. Burton set to inbound the basketball. Lobs it into Ritz. Right block. Back to Burton in the corner. Burton very slick on those handles. She pulls up. Mid-lane floater from 7. Didn't get the roll. And a nice attempt at a rebound there by Calhoun. Just couldn't squeeze it. It goes over the line. D&E with the ball, 0 for their last 4. They've not scored in 3 minutes plus. Kilpatrick works it up top. Courtney Roth with a quick touch into the corner to Nestor. 16 on the shot clock. Wheeling and man. Back to Roth. Ball fake left. Comes back to the right. Bolyard popping to take it is Kilpatrick, top of the key. 5 to shoot. Kilpatrick, 15-footer up and good that beats the clock.
A great job of creating. Wheeling defended that really well. Single possible.
First at game 1 here at the Mountain East Conference Tournament.
Basketball in West Virginia.
Start of the third quarter, Davis and Elkins with the ball in a 15-point deficit. Working the front court to our right. Thanks for joining us. Travis Jones along with Kyle West and the Metro News radio crew here for day 1 of the Mountain East Conference Tournament. And a pass down, thrown away. Trying to force it down to Peyton Muller and thrown away by Jessica Ageforth Yates. So turnover number 10 for Davis and Elkins in this game, and back comes Wheeling with a 15-point lead.
That's a tough angle for that pass. You want to try to flatten it out a little bit, but at a certain point you make it so flat that there's no margin of error on the angle.
Lob down to Ritz, and a good job tying her up. Look, got to give a tip of the cap to Peyton Muller, 5'9" freshman in there trying to guard Lily Ritz at 6'1". And looking at those two standing side by side, somebody's lying. Because that's more than 2 inches I'm seeing out there.
Yeah, it's a big difference, and she's been holding her own, and that's what you can do is just play straight up with your arms straight up and defend that way.
There's a ball thrown away on the inbound. Yates takes it, works it over the timeline, drives it down the right side of the line, and cut off, has to relent in the corner. Now pulls up 14 away, throws a backdoor cut, and quick hands there, reaches around. Lipscomb knocks it free, and out of bounds, denies that backdoor dive. Senators maintain the ball with 18 to shoot. 9:13 third quarter just underway. 15-point lead. Neither team has scored to start this third quarter of play. Nice pass. Nestor on a wraparound to a cutter. And Kirkpatrick scores her 9th point.
That was really slick because there were a couple different defenders in the area, and to thread the needle with a bounce pass when you're already behind the backboard, that's not easy to accomplish.
Cashwell takes it. Bounces up top to Rich. She hands it right back to her. Swings it on the weave to Lipscomb. Sets a screen. Lipscomb. And she's going to be tied up. Again, Peyton Muller. A little pesky. 5'9" freshman. Gets her hand in there on a lot of balls. And another tie-up. And Davis and Elkins will get it this time. Down 13. Senators with it. Handoff. Kilpatrick leading the way with 9 points. Gives it to Muller. She'll put it up on the run. Back iron, no good. Johnson and Ritz battle for position. Johnson tips the rebound into the corner and will chase it down herself. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Here's a drive by Nestor, and Nestor out of control. Fell to the floor, lost the ball. Wheeling misses an opportunity to cut into the deficit. Tried to force it up ahead to Ritz. And leaping in front of her on that outlet pass to deflect it out of bounds is Kilpatrick.
It's the right idea. Ritz, being that tall, as you mentioned, just throw it up there and try to let her go get it. And worst case scenario, Kilpatrick wasn't going to be able to catch that ball and make a clean steal. That's all she could do was deflect it or tip it away so it went out of bounds.
Burton with the ball. Started 4 for 5 from the floor, and she starts hot here in the third quarter. Banks it through. Burton's 5th field goal in 12 shots. She's got 10. Wheeling answers the Davis and Elkins bucket to take the lead back to 15. 7:50 to play in the third quarter. Up top, Yates. Pull back 3. Got it.
That's where Davis and Elkins, we talked about Wheeling's hot shooting, but on the other side, D&E only made 1 3 the entire first half. So if they can heat up a little bit, they'll definitely cut into this margin a lot quicker.
44th on the season for the product from Manchester, England. Here's a ball deflected by Nestor into the backcourt. Now nearly restolen again, and the ball is saved out of bounds. Last touching Burton. So not saved. Burton turns it over. Wheeling tried to turn it over twice and successful on the second attempt.
Well said.
7:25 to play third quarter. All right, Senators got to make some hay here. They've held Wheeling to just a bucket. 3 minutes, couple of turnovers. Drive by Johnson, and she traveled. Tried to slam on the brakes at the right block and took an extra little bunny hop.
Now, Ritz, give her credit because on one end we've seen Moeller defending Ritz. So Davis and Elkins clearly trying to keep Johnson away from any possible foul trouble, and Johnson already has a couple, but Ritz has been man-to-man against Johnson on the other end. She's actually been defending her counterpart. She doesn't have a single foul yet, and right there forced a turnover.
Burton works off a staggered screen, kicks it to Lipscomb, back to Burton. To the wing, now to Ritz. They double down on her, and Johnson tries to slide in and take the charge. Got there late, blocking foul, count the basket for Ritz, and that'll be number 3 on Johnson.
And that's the danger if you don't have Johnson matched up on Ritz originally, and she tries to come over and help. Now she's moving, and Ritz moving the opposite direction. It's a matter of whether you get there in time, and as you said, she didn't, and as a result, that's her 3rd foul.
Ritz, 56% free throw shooter, hangs and hops off the rim. D&E going to roll here with Johnson with 3 fouls. Yates, cut off, spins, flips it up, short. Rebound, Ritz pulls it down. Gets it to Burton. Lead is 14. Outlet pass up the floor, thrown high, and a great lunging catch by Lipscomb. She settles in the corner and buries a 3. Going to get a timeout taken by Davis and Elkins. What a play by Lipscomb. High pass, athletic, went up, pulled it down, dribbled into the corner, and knocked it in. It's a 6. Ball, 20 on the shot clock. High ball screen set. 5:39 to play in the third quarter. Yates pulls up, cut off, and off the ball. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. We're 3. Nope, got a foul, and it's on Johnson. That's her 4th, Kyle.
Yeah, and it's hard to say it was a frustration foul, but it had the look of it. She was trying to post up in the high post. She's 15 feet away from the basket. Even if she gets the ball there, it's not exactly where they want to initiate the offense frequently, and for some reason she just extended that arm, shoved her defender to the floor. That was a very easy call, even away from the play.
Barton Slogger will come in. 5-8, so Johnson out with 8 points in the game. And closing in on double-figure rebound. Here's a ball stripped and stolen. That's Sharp to the basket. Shot is blocked by Cashwell and fouled her. So Reagan Sharp with the theft, and we'll get to the free throw line. First foul on Cashwell, first on Wheeling in the third quarter. 2 shots for the 5'4 freshman from Morgantown. Reach new heights at the Highland Sports Complex, the newest destination in Ohio County for all things sports, recreation, and entertainment. Opening this spring. Visit on Facebook for more information. Highland Sports Complex, reaching new heights. Sharp's first one's good, 42-27. It's second. Comes some 2-2-1 three-quarter court pressure. Lofting pass goes far side. Stolen. Stepping in front and trying to save it was Allie Taylor. Taylor took possession of it, threw it back in, but it was regathered by Wheeling, and a fresh 30 on the shot clock. She had possession. Kick pass over to Cashwell. Sends it high post. Lipscomb steps into a 12-footer. Back iron no good. Rebound tip to Sharp. Low friendly fire as Sharp got knocked down by her own teammate that fell into the back of her leg. Bartenschlager. And the ball goes out of bounds but touches Wheeling last. So D&E will have it. We come back. As Kilpatrick got the steal, attacked, and gets the stick in.
We'll see if that sparks something. You mentioned that earlier, just looking to spark something of any kind. In a game like this, it's the first game of the tournament. It's noon on a Wednesday. You're not used to playing in that. It's a little bit of a bigger arena. You have to create your own energy, and sometimes it's just a little small play like that. It seems subtle, a quick basket and a steal in a basket. But if it creates your own energy and Davis and Elkins can build off of that, it's amazing how quickly that can snowball.
Kilpatrick completes the play. Wheeling scoreless for the last 3 minutes. 44-33, leads at 11. Burton traps, she backpedals, got 3 seconds to get it across. They do with the pass to Cashwell. Fast break pass ahead. Nestor gets a hand in front. Lipscomb cutting to the basket, deflects it out of bounds.
This is the other way. You start to create some energy as you speed the other team up. Even though Wheeling got it across, it was a little hectic, and then they end up throwing a deflected pass, so you speed the opponent up as well.
Chapman in the corner tried to take a three, and that ball's blocked out of bounds by Allie Taylor. 3:05, ball comes in, intended for Ritz, stolen by Sydney Nestor. Nestor is that type of player. Watched her in high school, and she is the lunch pail type. Just does the dirty work, gets on the floor a lot, has the ball on the left wing, just short of the key, sends it up top. Back to Nestor, 10 to shoot. Nestor's going to drive on Ritz, challenges her, puts the shot off the window, no good. Offensive rebound, stick back is up and in. Good save and a stick back for Davis and Elkins. Broadus getting her first action in the game, scores it, leaves now at 9. And a timeout taken by Davis and Elkins. They could not get the ball across, and they'll have 3. Well, the timeout, take the timeout, so that resets the 10-second backcourt count. But they were 3 seconds away from another turnover. Ball taken by Lipscomb on the lob, down to Cashwell to Rich. She bobbles it, picks it up, shoots it over the cylinder. Nestor pulls down the rebound. All right, a chance for D&E to even dig deeper into this deficit. Broadus works it up top to Heinzman. Swings it over to Sharp. Sharp works it top of the key. Bartenschlager now underneath the Sharp. Turnaround in the lane. Missed it from 7. Burton bumped and fouled by Broadus on the rebound, trying to peel up the court with 1:57 to play in the third quarter.
That's not a bad foul. Wheeling's not in the bonus yet, and you've been forcing some turnovers in the backcourt, so just tried to catch the Cardinals off guard in the backcourt, force a turnover. If nothing else, it also stops it, prevents a live ball transition opportunity. Now you can set up the press officially.
Yeah, last freebie, 4th team foul. Drive to the basket. Cashwell with a settling hoop as she drives in, attacks the rim, and puts it off the window. 1:45. Clock rolling. Lead back to 11. Here's a block at the rim. And Heinzman going to be tagged on a tough foul. Looked like she got a lot of ball, but bumped her with the body. That's her 3rd. And the 4th foul on Wheeling. And to the stripe will go Abby Bartenschlager. Freshman from Lewisburg. Played at Greenbrier East High School. Free throw is up and good. Chance to get it back to a 9-point deficit, and she does. 46-37. Again, 2-2-1 press. Burton press breaker on her own. Just dribbles right through it. Gets it over to Heinzman. Back to Key Burton. She'll back it out between the circles. Swings it over to Cashwell. Cashwell lobs it over the mid-post player's hands, and a deflection. And great hustle there into the backcourt by Bartenschlager trying to pick up that steal. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Re-trigger for Wheeling. Clock is at 5. Burton deep between the circles. At 3. Crosses over on Sharp and tried to force it down to Ritz. Didn't have enough time to make the pass. Shot clock violation on Wheeling.
You give Davis-Elkins credit for making the adjustment defensively. The press has clearly forced some turnovers, but the other aspect of that is now playing the zone defense in the half court. Wheeling's really struggling with that. They ran some great man offense earlier to get Ritz one-on-one in the post, but they're really struggling to break down this zone in the half court.
Here's Sharp, throws it weak side, driving in, contested shot at the rim. Is missed by Sydney Nestor. 45 seconds, Wheeling with the ball, 25 on the shot clock, and the Cardinals with a 9-point lead.
And now, without being able to set up the press, now they drop back into man-to-man defense. So we'll see if Wheeling has a little better luck or success on this possession.
Cashwell for 3, rims out. Broadus with the rebound mid-lane, gets it to Sharp. 2-second differential, game clock to shot clock. Sharp looking to attack. Crosses over at the free throw line. Now drives in. Layup shot good. Nice little stop and go move for Sharp. 15 seconds to shoot. Wheeling trying to solve the 2-2-1 once again. Cashwell with 9. Lofting pass up ahead to Lipscomb. Bounces it over to Ritz. Layup good. Perfect press breaker. Lily Ritz scores. Here's Sharp. Sharp's got to hoist it. Does. And shot it high off the window. And nowhere near the rim, but a good third quarter of play. Davis and Elkins chips into the lead.
Have Ritz there and able to lob it right, as you said. Nestor doing her best. You can only defend a post-entry pass so many ways. That was a good pass to sneak by her.
There's the drive to the basket. Ritz adds a shot block to her totals in this game as she blocks the shot attempt from Peyton Muller underneath. Of course, Ritz had 36 rebounds against West Virginia State earlier this season. That tied an NCAA Division II record. And Ritz came in averaging 16 boards per game, and she's got 8 minutes to get 6 more. Here's Johnson back in with 4 fouls, goes up and under, and Jemiah Johnson scores her 10th point of the afternoon. Gives her a double-double, 26th on the season. Ritz tries to pull in a high pass from Heinzman, and does, saves it in the corner. 15 on the shot clock as Wheeling resets. 9-point game again, 8:27 to play, and that's going to be another turnover as Burton threw it high of Heinzman. Wheeling's passes here against this pressure, even in the half court. They've misfired some, and Wheeling now, as the turnovers mount, they actually have more turnovers than D&E. And have a timeout taken by Jason Asbell of Davis and Elkins with 8:20 remaining here. Davis Elkins with the ball out of the timeout, trailing by 9. Johnson high post, attacks Ritz, back to the basket, throws it back out to Nestor, right side of the floor. Nestor works it to Kilpatrick, back to Nestor. She'll take a 3, off the mark, no good. Loose ball in the lane, picked up by Johnson. Johnson takes it up against Ritz, missed it, rebound, out of bounds, last touching Johnson. So Wheeling will have it. Davis and Elkins, couple of good looks there. Sydney Nestor struggling, just 1 of 10 from the floor. Here's Burton in the backcourt. Lofting pass over to Heinzman. Heinzman finds a cutter. That's Lipscomb. She attacks, blows by the defense. And Lauren Lipscomb with 12 points. She's been a story, averages 6 a game. And she's doubled her point per game average, leads back to 11. Kilpatrick runs the handoff, top of the key. Here's a spin by Peyton Muller, and she's going to be fouled. Nice spin move there. First foul on Lily Ritz. First on Wheeling here in the fourth quarter. Muller's first free throw is good. 75% on the season for Peyton Muller, again from Buena Vista, California. Los Angeles suburbs. Long way from Buena Vista to Elkins.
In more ways than one.
That's not a direct flight, I can tell you that. 1 out of 2. 7:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Leads 10. Skip to Ritz, up top to Burton. Left of the key. Davis and Elkins in the zone. Pass down to Ritz. Johnson just has to put her hands up and let her blow by her. And Ritz lays it up and in. So good recognition there by Wheeling to go right inside to Johnson. You know, Johnson's got 4. Kyle, you just can't put your hands up like you're surrendering. I mean, you got to at least play a little defense.
Yeah.
Here's Sharp up top to Johnson. See if she can get it back on the offensive end. Hand off to Kilpatrick. Shot clock's at 10. Johnson sets a high ball screen. Kilpatrick drives. Nestor in the corner. 3 off, no good. Ball taken down by Cashwell. She avoids a trap. Lipscomb to Ritz. Ritz across the paint. Layup shot good for Lipscomb. Lead to 14, so Wheeling has survived the little mini runs from Davis and Elkins, and the lead has gone to nearly what it was at halftime. 6:15 to play in the game. Johnson, nice pass off to a cutter, coming down the lane to the basket, and the first field goal for Peyton Muller.
That was interesting. First field goal, and yet she's had such a big impact in the game. We've called her name more than most of the players on the floor. That's a credit to her.
Burton with the basketball. And she's only got 1 assist and no rebounds, but she has played well defensively. Here's an initial shot missed. Ritz gets the rebound, sticks it up and in. So Lily Ritz starting now to impede her will, or oppose her will, rather. 14 points, 11 boards.
And that was a similar situation to the previous possession. This time it was on a box out, but Johnson had no desire to box out for fear of her getting her 5th foul. But you have to do something. You can't just be a body out there, otherwise you might as well take a seat.
Johnson drives it down the right side of the lane. Reaching foul called on Cashwell. Correction, give that to Burton, her 3rd foul. 4 foul on the drive. Johnson will check out. They'll try to steal a minute or 2 here with her with 4 fouls. Where she goes in for the stretch run, which we're quickly approaching. 5:25 to play. Sharp along the baseline right. Lofts the pass into the corner. Jab step there. Martin Schlager gets it mid lane. Allie Taylor turnaround shot, no good. Ritz tips the rebound to herself. Hands it to Burton. Harassed in the backcourt and fouled by Allie Taylor. First foul on the sophomore from Parkersburg. Allie Taylor. .509 remaining. Card set to inbound the ball. Burton will bring it up. 12 points for Burton, 13 Lipscomb, Cashwell 15, Ritz 14. Balanced scoring here this afternoon for Wheeling. Cashwell for 3. Back iron strong. Rebound Reagan Sharp. Davis and Elkins with 4:47 to play, trying to keep their season alive. Martin Schlager pulls up mid lane, slams on the brakes, back to the basket, hands it to Sharp. Sharp spins, finds a cutter. That's Allie Taylor. Layup shot just trickles off the front of the rim, but she's pushed from behind and fouled by Jackie Heinzman. That'll be her 4th. Wheeling, 5 of their last 7, so they have responded in a big way. Taylor hits the free throw to get it back to a 58-45 lead with 4:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Taylor hits both. .point game, Wheeling with the basketball, trying to break the press once again. Warren Calhoun's back in. Calhoun misses a shot at the rim. Rebound taken by Sharp. Sharp, coast to coast, reach in foul. They're going to call on the floor on the shot. Yep, count the basket. Say that Sharp was shooting, so score it. Well, Reagan Sharp. Fourth foul on Burton. Now Burton and Heinzman both with 4. Reagan Sharp's free throw is good. Going to sub in for the Cardinals. Emily Holzoppel will check back in as Davis and Elkins perhaps poised for their final comeback effort, down by 9. Along the sideline, deflection out of bounds. Good hustle there by Allie Taylor. 21 on the shot clock, 4:11 on the game clock. Key Burton takes the ball, centers it up, top of the key, swings it right side to Cashwell, deep, 30 feet from the cylinder. Skips it into the corner, taken by Holzoppel. Underneath the Ritz. Ritz backs in against Taylor, missed the shot, gets her own miss, throws it back out. Up top to Burton against this 2-3 zone. 15 now on the recycled shot clock. Holzoppel crosses over, sends the pass to Lipscomb. Clock's at 7. Ball in the possession of Burton. Step back 18-footer, air ball, rebound Ritz. Ritz tried a little scoop shot, shot's blocked. Up the floor comes Davis and Elkins. Sharp all the way to the basket, layup good. How about the true freshman, Reagan Sharp? It's a 7-point game, 58-51. Burton blows by the defender. Burton leaves it. Lipscomb along the baseline, drives in, and Allie Taylor fouls her. That's Lauren Lipscomb. The stories of this game for Wheeling, 14 points at the line to shoot 2. Second foul on Allie Taylor.
Yeah, you mentioned Sharp. She's a freshman, but she's never scored more than 4 points in a game. And here she is with double digits in the conference tournament, really trying to carry her entire team to a come-from-behind effort.
Lipscomb hits the first free throw on the season, a 50% free throw shooter, and she is 4 of 4. She's having herself an afternoon. Senior from Columbus, Ohio. 9-point game, 60-51. Sharp at the point. Cross screen set. Sharp settles in the corner. Bounces it down to Johnson. Johnson gets inside position on Lily Ritz and scores. Johnson with 12, lead is 7 again. 2:50 to play. Burton lofting pass along the sideline. Lipscomb attacks the paint, kicks it over. Here's a jumper for 3. Off the mark, missed by Holzoppel. Rebound Johnson. Davis and Elkins chance to get as close as 4. Cut off along the baseline, and a baseline pass is deflected out of bounds. Peyton Muller tried to force that one to Allie Taylor in the corner. Last touch by Wheeling. D&E inbounds the ball to Johnson in the corner. Double teamed. Her pass back out to a cutting Kilpatrick up the sideline. Fortunately for D&E, is touched by Cashwell. That was nearly a costly turnover. 2:33 to play. Kilpatrick gets it. Out to Taylor for 3. Back iron, no good. Johnson tips the rebound off the glass. Gets it back. Follow-up blocked by Ritz. Burton, outlet pass right side to Cashwell on the wing. Throws it out to Burton. Settles between the rings. Now Wheeling with a 7-point lead can really start to limit possessions here for Davis and Elkins. Cashwell drives off the window, no good. And we get a reach-in foul called on the shot. It'll put Cashwell at the line. Foul goes on Taylor. That's her third team foul on Davis and Elkins. All right, Cashwell at the line, 76%. on the season has not shot a free throw yet. First one is airborne and good. Well, Wheeling won for their last 7, but they are maintaining the lead by making free throws.
What you mentioned coming in might be advantage Davis and Elkins in that category, but Cardinals are holding their own at the foul line. If they can do that, they'll probably hold off the Senators.
Yeah, worst free throw shooting team in the league. Here's Sharp attacks, missed the shot. Johnson stick back with the left hand is up and good. Gets it back to a 2-possession game, 1:45 to play. Ritz on a step through. She tries to dribble it up. Ball deflected, but it finds its target. Taken down by Holzappel. Now Lipscomb in the corner. Throws it out to Burton. 17 on the shot clock. We close in on 1:30 to play. Wheeling on top, 61-55. Lob down to Ritz. Makes the catch. Lays it up and good. They just threw it up high. And again, Peyton Muller doing everything she can, but she can't make herself 6-1 in a heartbeat. Lead is 8. D&E. Big possession here. They can't come up empty on this one. Muller drives in, has the ball deflected. It is loose. Muller rips it. It is rolling over to Reagan Sharp, and she'll lay it up and in right in front of the rim, and a timeout will be taken by Davis and Elkins with 1:01 to play, and that gets it back to a 6-point game at 60.
And Sharp has 13 points in 17 minutes. She just forced the turnover there, 5 for 8 shooting. Again, came in, her career high was 4 points in the game. It's absolutely incredible what she's done. She's the player of the game if D&E somehow comes back to win this one.
Yeah, 3 steals, too, for Reagan Sharp. 56 seconds. D&E gets the ball into Nestor. Emily Nestor ball fakes in the corner. They look down low for Johnson, tightly guarded, hands it off to Allie Taylor. Taylor's going to lob it. Johnson has to move to make the catch, couldn't. Cashwell with the steal, but her pass is going to be thrown off a stumbling Holzappel, who was going down, and it went off her shoulder. And Davis and Elkins with another chance, down 6. Drive down the left side of the lane, attack, shot off the window, just hangs and falls off for Kilpatrick. Had a 3-point play opportunity, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's smart. You have to be aggressive. You have to look for the best first shot that you can find. And for her, going to the basket, a lot of teams fall into that trap of we need a 3 right now. But again, if you're extending the game by fouling defensively, you don't have to settle for a quick 3 if it's not a good look. You want the best look, and Kilpatrick was smart to go to the basket, stop the clock, get the foul, and have a chance to cut into the lead further.
Hits the first free throw. It's a 5-point game. Kilpatrick makes it a 4-point lead. Hits them both, and we'll get a timeout taken by Wheeling as they'll advance the ball into the front court on the sideline, looks to get it in. 5-second count is on. There's Rich. He has the ball, and Allie Taylor knows it and immediately hugs on her to draw the foul with 30 seconds remaining. And Ritz 0 for 1, 56% free throw shooter at the free throw line. 8 of 15 from the floor, 19 points, 13 rebounds, 3 steals, 4 block shots. for Lily Ritz. Her brother Kyle, of course, an outstanding player for Wheeling under Danny Sankum. Free throw, Ritz hits all around the rim and falls through. Two-possession game, 30.3 to play. It's a 4-point lead. Ritz ready again. This one all net. 65-60. Sharp lets it roll to half court, picks it up. Clock starts, under 30 seconds to go. Sharp top of the key. High ball screen set by Johnson. Sharp drives in on Ritz, falls to the floor and traveled. So Sharp gets up, grimaces, but is okay. D&E turns it over with 23 seconds to play. Down by 5, 65-60. And Wheeling's got one more timeout remaining. And Mike Lannis is going to take it here to get the ball advancement again. Euclid back in late January. Ball comes into Burden. Davis and Elkins would rather not foul her, but you don't have much choice with under 20 seconds to play. Kilpatrick bumps her and fouls her. And Burden, who's 2 for 2, 80% free throw shooter, will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Wheeling came in losers of 2 in a row to close out the regular season. Fell to Urbana and West Liberty, both on the road. Burton free throw good, but really you go back even further to mid-February, they had lost 5 of their last 6. So this is going to be a big sigh of relief, I'm sure, for Mike Lannis and his ball club, and we'll hear from Coach Lannis coming up in our postgame show. 2 makes for Burton. Lead is 7. Sharp with the ball, 15 seconds, got to get a shot up. Sharp goes behind the back, works mid lane, cut off, throws it out. Nestor takes a 3, it's short. Johnson follows it. Reverse layup shot goes over the cylinder as she takes her final shot of an outstanding junior career. Johnson, first team All-Mountain East Conference performer. Ritz is fouled with 4.5, and the Cardinals were picked dead last in the Mountain East Conference preseason poll. They're about to advance to the second round of the tournament.
Great job by them. They withstood the surge by Davis and Elkins late third quarter, early fourth quarter, and even though there were a couple of frazzled moments, overall, you could say kept their composure, stayed in control, and it's going to be a strong win for them.
All right, Ritz at the line looking for 20 points with 2 made free throws. First one is up and good. She has scored over 30 points 5 times this season. Next one is good. 24 Ritz. Her 24th double-double of the year today. Clock is at 1. Here's Sharp. Sharp all the way to the basket. And the shot goes up after the horn. So the final will be 69-60.